Guys, the Ne Zha 2 train keeps breaking new records, and now the new estimates for the movie's total gross in China is over $2 billion. According to Maoyan, the largest online movie ticketing website in China, their new revised estimates for Ne Zha 2 is now $2 billion to $2.2 billion. Is everyone in China watching this movie or something? The movie was originally predicted to do only $700 million in the box office in China, and now it's already almost grossed double that. Ne Zha 2 has already grossed $1.3 billion, and it's still going. It's already outgrossed Frozen to become the 5th highest grossing animated film of all time. If it could make $2.2 billion, it would be the highest grossing animated film of all time, smashing Inside Out 2, which grossed $1.7 billion worldwide. Imagine that, a non-Disney movie being the highest grossing animated film of all time. But not only that, Ne Zha 2 would be challenging Titanic for the number 4 spot of the highest grossing movie of all time if it reached over $2.2 billion. Titanic grossed $2.2 billion worldwide. Now that would be an impressive feat for this Chinese animated movie, but how likely is it that it could reach $2.2 billion or higher? I'm leaning towards probable, even without the help of the international market. But the movie is starting to slow down in China after the holidays, and the people in China are going back to work and school now. It just released in North America. The total number of screenings for Ne Zha 2 in North America exceeded 700 theaters, and the pre-sale box office alone exceeded the first weekend box office of Chinese language films in the past 20 years, which sounds good, but really isn't saying too much, because if you look at how the Chinese language films performed in the North American box office in the past, the top one was Hero that made $50 million, and that was a co-production with Hong Kong. The rest of the films were not big grossers. Grandmaster grossed $6.6 million. Both the Wandering Earth movies, which were huge in China, only did $11 million total outside of China. I don't think Ne Zha 2 has mass appeal outside of China. The movie is predicted to bring in $8 million in the North American box office this weekend, and maybe a total gross from North America of $30 to $40 million. In Australia, Ne Zha 2 is outperforming Captain America Brave New World in pre-sales, despite having a fraction of the release. But there are a good amount of Chinese people in Australia. I don't see the North America and the other international markets doing that well for the movie to help it reach that $2.2 billion mark. And it will rely mainly on China to break $2 billion. But why is the film so popular in China? Ne Zha is a universally beloved centuries-old tale with countless adaptations throughout the years. Ne Zha has even battled the Monkey King before. The first film back in 2019 already made a ton of money. China was in its big holiday season when Ne Zha 2 released, and the film is pretty much the only option in peak season since other Chinese movies released during that time had poor word of mouth. With Captain America coming out and families going back to work, we might see a big decline in ticket sales for Ne Zha 2. The movie has been getting great reviews in the Western market. It's got a 99% audience score rating on Rotten Tomatoes with over 100 reviewers, and an 8.3 rating on IMDb with reviewers praising the movie's storytelling, animation, battle sequences, complex characters, humor, and emotion. What will Ne Zha 2 end up grossing when it's finished its run? We'll have to wait and see if it continues to make box office history. I know that the hype that's surrounding the movie might bring in more Western audiences to see it, and I know I'm going to catch it in the theaters to take part of box office history. Are you guys planning to watch it? Let me know in the comments.